up, everybody, and welcome back to That Chick Angel TV. It's another episode of The Bold and the
Beautiful. I just want you to know.
Hey, we're doing another mukbang, and this one is from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. We've got waffles. We've got a bunch of different fried chicken.
We got everything on their menu.
We got greens. We got yams. We got macaroni and cheese that look a little bit dry and various strengths and gravy.
We got sunsets.
Fruit punch.
So yes, some fruit punch.
And
all of it.
I got water.
We don't have mimosas. That's what I'm a little upset
He's
about.
upset about it.
Tank, you were responsible for the liquor.
I am.
You be mad at yourself.
I'm mad.
So yeah, y'all can check out Roscoe's
Punch
Chicken and
myself in
Waffles.
the face.
We ready to eat. Today's episode, go ahead, Melissa. I ain't gonna hold you back. Today's episode, we're gonna be talking about our wedding days. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to tell who we are. There's Kevin on stage.
Come on, take the wings. Obama special number 9.
We
Number
got
8.
Melissa Fredericks, also known as Mrs. Kevin on
Number 9.
stage. And we got my husband, Marcus Tanksley, also known as Mark Saint on the gram, as well as the owner, the creator of Man Shit and Queen Shit. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so as y'all know, we're married. They
When
were
y'all got
married.
married?
Where?
We got married July 14th of 2007. So 7/14/7. And I'm glad we did that because
Not on
all the
purpose.
churches were booked up for 7/7/7. And I didn't want 7/7/7 because that's too close to my birthday.
I was just going to ask you that if you like it would be that close to your birthday, but continue.
So I was just like, we want 7/14 so I can have some days, more days between my birthday and the anniversary because I need separate gifts, separate occasions, all that. I'm dead serious though. So you all got married in what year?
Yeah, 4.
2004.
Mm-hmm. June 26, 2004.
Now you've said that you did not like your wedding. What was your wedding like? What happened?
It was a combination of me not getting, well, a couple things. Let me step back and all the way be fair. I had never really dreamed of a wedding. I was never one of those girls that even really dreamed of like having kids. I always envisioned myself being more like a Wall Street Journal girl with like high heels and a briefcase walking down the street.
Oh wow!
Melissa has a very specific dream of her life.
Yes.
And it includes living in New York.
Pencil skirt,
Really?
New York, yeah.
New York for
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yes,
Could've
and
known.
I love New York, but then I couldn't imagine myself living there. What you want? Oh. Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, girl, what was you thinking? It's way too loud and too many people. But in my younger years, I definitely envisioned like a tailored pencil skirt, some high heels, a briefcase that no one even uses these days. But like in my mind, these were the things that were on my vision board list. And so because of that, I wouldn't say that I necessarily had a vision for like what I wanted my wedding to be. And so, wedding's a whole bunch of decisions, child. And so not kind of like, show me what the options are and I can kind of like, I think I want that. And other people imposing their vision on me and then me not being like, I don't really want that, led to this not at all what I wanted wedding. In addition to one of the girls that was in my wedding, we were no longer friends like 3 years later.
I don't think it was that long.
It was terrible, child.
It was way shorter than that.
So yeah, that I would want to redo. Plus also, my dad is in the military and this was during the time where his number was called to go overseas because 9/11 was only a few years later or earlier, and so we were still at war. So his number was called and they were trying to, at first he wasn't going to go and they like guaranteed he wasn't going to go. And so we were like, cool, there's a deposit line. After you cross this threshold, you can't get your deposits back.
Yep.
So they were like, he's not going to go, it'll be fine. Then he got orders. Then we went and tried to fight, but my daughter's getting married, and it was like, and so what?
What? Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you going to be leaving.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he left close, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to say he probably left within a month, maybe even 3 weeks of my actual wedding day. And so that sucked because obviously, not obviously, but I am a daddy's girl. So the fact that he didn't get to walk me down the aisle, it still pains me to this day.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah.
And so it's part of the reason that I want to redo my wedding because it's so important to me that my dad walks me down the aisle. In addition to I fully am aware of like, okay, this is kind of what I want my wedding to be.
You
Also,
now know.
this is the other thing. At the time, I had only experienced like churchy weddings, and even then, I don't think it's really what I wanted, but didn't have like the understanding that there was a world that existed that it didn't have to be so churchy.
Mhm.
And so when my baby sister got married, and she had left Washington, left the church child, got to Spelman in Georgia, and was like, hold on a second. And so she did what she wanted to do quite literally. She paid for it as well, but like quite literally. And I was like, listen, this on and popping.
Right. This is what I just did.
I didn't know that these were options, but now that I know, I need to redo this and do it the way that I wanted. So yeah, overall, it wasn't what I wanted. I hate our pictures.
Really?
I hate my dress.
What type of dress were you in?
It's a like
wedding dress.
sweetheart cut dress.
Naturally.
It wasn't tailored, and I'm small, so like it was too big. My hair was terrible. My makeup was worse. It was just nothing good. Anytime Kev be like, "Can I post these pictures?" Ninja, no.
Who said no? This is not.
Don't post any pictures from that day because I don't like anything about it.
Really? Did you have an updo?
It was a long weave.
I never saw her with that much weave in my life.
It was just a straight,
She
long.
Marcus, I was like, wow.
Ugh.
Melissa had short hair our whole relationship. Just short
Oh.
and even shorter.
Wow.
I
And
cut
she
my
came down
hair
the aisle.
this short right after prom our senior year.
And you haven't gone back.
I went back
So
for a
this
little
is it.
while, and then when I turned 30, I cut it again, and then I haven't looked back since.
Wow.
This wedding day, Angel,
What did you
you said you want to see all the weaving to come up.
use? Here's all of it.
I liked it. It was surprising.
I didn't like it.
So what were your thoughts about y'all's wedding day, Kevin? Hold on, I'm sorry. Is this all the syrup that's left?
No, there's plenty in there.
Any more?
Yes, because you don't have syrup on yours yet.
One sec.
You gonna need like 7.
Yeah,
Just
because-
7?
Yeah, this waffle suck this syrup up.
Yeah.
I had used 2 whole things, and I still feel like I'm just getting started.
I
Right.
used
It's like a
I used
biscuit.
one on one half and was struggling. You can bring as many as you want. He was saying 7 as just a random number.
I'm bringing 7.
You bring the bag.
This is good.
I
Yeah.
want some on this side though. Just
They're
Bring them over here and just squeeze them.
Surprisingly good.
I'm just.
I
Yeah.
gotta figure out how to make him.
Make them like Charles.
Thank you. Thank you. I like the way Danny makes her yams. I used her recipe. It works.
Danny makes
That's
everything
Oh, that's
good.
water. That might be water.
Okay.
Some of this, there's a lot of sweat.
That was my favorite thing.
Squatted over here.
So
If
silly.
you have a party for my birthday and you like Danny, have her make that.
Kevin, what was your perspective of the wedding?
Funny thing is, I had a great time.
Of course,
It
you
was
were marrying
perfect.
Melissa.
I didn't have the same expectations.
Did y'all have to pay for y'all's wedding?
No.
My-
Melissa's mom and dad picked for it.
My mom and dad did it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it was great. You get some of this?
No, sir.
I got to have sex that night.
Whoa.
Melissa's mom's friend, she pulled me aside at the wedding.
I think that was not my mama's friend. That was a woman from Great Preston.
No, that was the other. She did the other thing. This is your mom's friend. Yes, it was.
I can't wait to hear the story.
He lied.
Put me to the side, under my arm. Listen to me. Don't you try to have sex with this woman tonight. This is her wedding day. She's tired. She's been up early getting her hair done, getting exhausted, and all this stuff.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't try to say her name.
Oh, I get that. Please edit that.
I did all of the
It ain't mine. Hold on.
But don't you do that. You try for tomorrow. And I was like, oh shoot, dang, that's probably right. I've been waiting, but okay. And then, but that's not what the Lord wanted for us.
The Lord said, tell that woman to kiss your.
Oh no.
The other thing, we had ribs at the reception, which was like, I didn't think ribs was a wedding food. So when we had it, I was like, oh, ribs? Cool, this is great. I didn't like our reception place. It was on base, and I didn't want to do nothing on base. It was just like a regular little hall. Wasn't really decorated crazy. It just was like, we ain't had no money, but we ain't had to be in there. So, but low key, it was great. It wasn't nearly as long like you imagined and all that stuff. And then once it starts, it's not long.
No, it's not.
How many people did y'all have there?
Probably about 2 long.
No. They all, like, people traveled in?
Mm-mm.
No, like my dad's an only child, so his aunts flew in. And then his cousin, my grandmother has a couple years earlier actually, and so she came in her place. And then like my aunts came, uncle came, granddad came. Both actually my granddads came.
Yep. They walk you down the
They
aisle.
walked me down the aisle.
My dad got stationed away too.
Yeah.
Neither of our dads were at our
Oh,
wedding, even though they're a big
wow.
part of our lives.
Yeah.
Wow.
The same thing literally happened to both of them, but my dad had gotten orders earlier from Melissa's dad, and I didn't care if he was going to be there. I was still getting married. I mean, I cared, but it wasn't a stopping thing.
The
It
other-
was crazy. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say to answer the question, more so than family flew in, it was you're only 2 or 3 years removed from high school, and so we also had like high
your
school
high
friends
school friends.
and college friends,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of like beefed up the.
That was what a lot of our list was.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all had a lot of young people at y'all.
Yeah,
wedding.
A
exactly.
lot of young people. More young people than old people.
Yeah.
By far.
Did your grandmother show up? Because I remember.
Oh, yeah, she
Oh, yeah, she ended up showing up.
She respected me as a man.
Did
If you don't know
that
the
story
reason why Angel asked, my grandma threatened to not come because she wanted me to
Finish school.
finish college before I got married. And I told her, nah, though, we gonna get married now. She was like, well, if you do that, I'm not coming. And I was like, dang, that sucks. But also, we're gonna be getting married. She was like, well, shoot, then I'm coming.
Are we
I'm
gonna be
gonna
petty enough to not have a playboy?
Oh, no.
I'm playing with you.
So she came. My mom was there. Aunt Jay. Jay's son was our ring bearer.
Which one? His oldest?
Joshua.
His oldest boy.
Joshua's not the old. Is Joshua the oldest? He's older than
Oldest
Jason.
boy.
Yeah, he's older than Jason.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
It was great. I had a great time.
Did y'all have a large wedding party?
No.
We had 5 each, maybe. Or
My
4.
sisters, Tina. No, 4.
But my sister was in yours too.
That's what I just said. My sister and Tina.
You call my sister your sister?
Yes.
You consider her your sister?
Aw.
The answer's 4.
4.
The crazy thing is, I saw a picture of our wedding, the crowd people in there, and we don't talk to the people in there.
That's a lot of times.
It's
Just
just
text us last night.
Well, I should say. We don't talk to a lot of those people.
Oh.
Some are still close friends, but it'd be crazy. Like at that time of your life, you couldn't imagine not inviting none of them people.
Right.
And then 15 years from then, you're like, man, we ain't really, because we finished college. You know, you go to high school to college, you lose a group of friends, and once you graduate college, you know, you really don't meet up with people like that. You just go to work.
Right.
Now, all of our church friends, we still are very close with that were in the wedding, but like our high school and college friends, nah, though.
So we got married in 2007 during the summer. I had always, well, not always, as I started to come into myself, I thought I wanted this very like ethnic wedding. I mean, come into America. Like, I want some African dances, drummers, outside, whoop-de-whoop.
I know too.
I had probably one of the most traditional weddings ever. We got married at this big white church in Kentucky. What's the name of the church? You don't remember? I can't remember the name of the church. Oh my God!
Marcus didn't try to remember. He just looked at you like, I'm not.
Y'all didn't go there?
Oh no, we definitely were members of this church. My high school baccalaureate was there. That's the only reason why I knew about the church.
What's a baccalaureate?
I didn't know that they had those in. Oh, like, yeah, we didn't have that.
What?
So
Like-
it's like a
Go ahead.
service. It's like a service for the. My phone on?
Oh, that's not on my phone.
Trash.
What is
It
baccalaureate?
just rained once. That's what's also very weird.
Alarm?
Maybe, I don't know. A baccalaureate is like a service for the seniors.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
What did you think it was?
Oh, it was like a valedictorian.
That's what I thought she said.
Oh,
I thought it was like the second person.
It's like a service. The seniors sing. The parents come. They give out some awards. It's like, because graduation, all you're getting is your diploma. So the baccalaureate is like,
For the smart
You did
kids?
at a church, though, right?
yes, at a church. That's what I said. It's like a service. No, it's for all the teams. So they give out all the awards that would be given to the seniors. So like,
We had one. I just don't remember.
like if there was a principal's award, if there was a such and such award.
We sure didn't have that at Lakes.
And the salutatorian, that's the person who would have been valedictorian, but somebody was a little bit smarter than them.
That's
They usually give a speech at the baccalaureate instead of.
And the smart person gets the graduation.
Yes. So we had our baccalaureate I had my baccalaureate at this church, so that's how I knew about it. Because our numbers, we knew that our guest list was going to be on the larger side because he has so much.
Hold on.
All of his family
Time out.
is there.
Angel said at the very beginning we said we want 200, maybe 300 people. So I came up with my list of not just random people, but people like I actually talked to in the family, really close friends, their parents, of course. My list was like 275.
Oh,
Your
heck
personal
no.
list.
His personal list.
Your personal list of
Hers
what?
wasn't much smaller.
Well,
How many people was at your
It's
wedding?
not the same size. In the wedding or at the wedding?
At the wedding.
Well, here's the thing. It was a lot. I don't remember the exact number, but this church is so enormous.
it looked like a small
It
amount.
looked like I'm standing up there. I'm like, where is everybody? But then once the service was over with, we went outside. And I'm like, no, this is a
This
lot.
is where everybody is.
But this is the thing, because we paid for our wedding.
Yeah. So
I had a public reception and a private reception.
we had 2 receptions. So we had
Same day?
The cake and punch was like right after the wedding in the cafeteria of the church.
Yeah, the church had like a fellowship hall. So we did a cake cutting there. People punched. We visited folks.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember seeing people, but I don't remember talking to them. People that I didn't even expect to come. Because it's like, they showed up and I'm like, I remember seeing people I went to high school with. I'm like, and I ended up like seeing them years later. It's like, did I talk to you at my wedding? I remember seeing you because it was so much going on.
Y'all had 500 people.
It was a lot of folks. I probably like 4.
I said
lot of
5.
people.
It was a lot of people.
It was like
That is a
4.
lot of people.
I mean,
We
it
had
was,
10.
and it was somebody else I think that had a wedding that same day that I went to high school with, and I saw like the people that I knew would be at that wedding. I'm like, I don't mess with them. Like they was at our reception. I'm like, oh, like.
So, when we came to picking our bridal party, I have 3 sisters, so they automatically will be in there. His sister, so that's 4. And then I have 2 girlfriends that I truly consider to be my best friends, still do, Erica and Nina. So that was going to be,
That's 6 folks already.
right?
7.
Well, I was in grad school out here at the time, and when I told one of my friends who I was closest to in my class that I was getting married, her reaction was, "Oh my God, I get to be a bridesmaid!"
Oh no.
And I mean, and she's in tears, and I'm like, "Oh,
Just like did her. Oh no.
oh no,
Oh no.
oh no,
Oh no.
how did this happen?" So, not wanting to let her down, but then there were people back home that I was still closer to than her.
Oh,
So that
man.
meant I got to throw y'all in here if this chick is about to be.
Angel,
How many people? How many people?
And Angel knows everybody.
Look, our,
Literally,
Angel knows
Angel knows
everybody.
everyone.
our wedding party, the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, it was 20.
Well, not 20 apiece. No, 10 apiece.
10
Yeah.
apiece.
Y'all had
Because she
10.
came up with all these people, and I remember, I don't know if it was your, somebody was like, so Marcus, how you gonna match all these people? I said, you pick them up, I can provide. Like,
Because Marcus is
I got a
close
big
to
family.
all of his cousins.
Oh.
Not just
I
the
got-
first cousins, the second cousins.
Got it.
And the third.
I got,
Then I want to mention his friends.
yeah, I was gonna say, I had friends, I had cousins, and here's the thing with my family. The reason I'm so close with my second and third cousins is because my mom is the youngest of 11. So my second cousins are like my
Your
first
age,
cousins.
yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, I was like, whatever you can come up with 15. I got 15 people to match.
Right.
And I got ushers. I got everybody on my
Yeah.
end. You ain't got to worry about that.
That's hilarious. 10 is a lot.
That's a
per.
lot.
It was all
we
lined
planned
up
on having
next to
we
them.
planned on having a small. Here's our wedding, and it turned out to be the most enormous.
Oh, that's an event.
It was.
She had what they call matron.
A matron about
No.
it? Oh.
What's your soror? What they end up?
Okay,
being?
because I am
Listen
not.
to this.
Okay, I'm not here for kids being in weddings
Neither
because
one
they
of
act
us.
up.
That's true.
And
We
if I
don't, we
didn't
don't
spend-
find it cute when somebody's
When they're like,
acting a
"Come
fool.
on," and they're like,
We
"No."
don't spend this goddamn money.
I cannot stand it. And so I had resolved a long time ago, I'm not having kids in my wedding. Not gonna do it. I don't care. but I was like, I do need flowers.
Yes.
So my line sisters, I called them, they were like my female ushers. I called them like usherettes. So what they did right after they was like usherettes. Right after the ushers pulled down the runner,
You better not say you had no adults put their flowers down.
yes, I did.
But they didn't just do that.
Yeah, no, listen. I had already. What they did was at the beginning of the wedding, they lit the candles. My line sisters, they lit the candles that were lighting the aisle.
Yep.
And then after the runner went out, they were seated strategically down the aisle. So all they had to do was stand up where they were at, move to the aisle, and then sprinkle. They didn't have to walk down.
What I knew you was gonna say is that they did. What is it called when you stroll?
Oh.
I knew you was about to say that.
I don't put that past Angel Tanksley.
You don't have to, because I wasn't here for it.
Yeah, don't be doing
I wasn't even about to
Delta
stroll at the
stuff.
reception. I'm like, look, y'all get one stroll.
That's it.
I was like, whatever. So no, they stood up synchronized. They stepped out to the aisle. They sprinkled their flowers, and they stepped back into their seats.
That's
Oh,
fair.
okay, I like that.
I was like,
Why y'all didn't invite us?
you know what? I did, but Melissa's phone don't be working.
You know what's funny about that? That been true her entire life of having a stroke.
No. Back then, I just didn't answer.
No.
Will.
Where we live pacifically, my
It don't
phone
work.
does not work.
And the worst part is it's connected to the gate. So people just be, and when they text us, I'm stuck at the gate, it go through every time. When
Right.
they call
Text
from
come
the gate,
through better than
yeah,
Right.
because they go to the satellite and the satellite gate.
It sound like keep throwing it down. You gonna get this eventually. So, when we were planning the wedding, I was like, Marcus, so what did your parents do for their wedding so that like maybe we can incorporate the tradition? Well,
They was surviving. They ain't have no wedding.
they didn't have a wedding. I was like, your parents been married for 30 some odd years and they didn't have no wedding? He was like, no. So I was like, why don't we surprise them and have them get married at our wedding?
What, Marcus?
He said, Marcus was just like,
Oh, you were? I thought Marcus would be like, no, not on my day.
he was like,
I wasn't possessive on my wedding day. Only time I was possessive was we was paying for it. My parents was like, you need to invite so and so and so and so. And I'm like, so and so and so and so kiss my y'all.
yeah, that was Marcus.
They got you a graduation gift. I'll give it back. I don't talk to them like that. I ain't paying for no food like that. And the thing, it wasn't the wedding; it was the reception part.
Yeah.
That reception, you listen. You really got to see
Like,
that relationship is like.
These rules went as follows: you either had to travel in town, or you had to party. If you didn't do one of those two,
have to party.
you got to be have fun. You got to be able to have
Oh,
some fun.
got it,
You
got it.
dance. You ain't gonna be sitting there. I don't want nobody at my wedding that's boring. At my reception that's boring.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna have us a good time.
I'm gonna pay for it. You gonna make it.
So it's people like,
reception.
hey,
Oh my God.
I ain't invited to nothing.
No.
You can have some cake and punch right after.
Can't put it on home. And then we told everybody else, it's like, all right, past a certain time after the food's getting done, y'all can come through.
Like people who didn't get invited, they were like, we didn't. I was like, no, absolutely not. I paid for it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No,
We're not on the
listen,
list.
you don't never have them places be 75 a piece.
Once his
Once his food is up, we told him, I think 6 or 7:30 or something. I was like, y'all can come to
Y'all
dinner.
know. I was like, it's just be a DJ dancing
DJ
in the bar.
dancing in the bar. Come on through.
In the bar, it's a cash bar. We're not paying for you all to get drunk.
Listen.
Anyway, we ain't there yet.
Anyway, we ain't there yet. So his mama didn't know that they were getting their vows renewed. His dad knew because his dad bought a new ring.
Aww.
But I went and got her dress picked out for the wedding because she was like, what should I wear? I said, give me your card. I'm going to go find your dress. And my mother renewed their vows.
Oh, like
My
officiated?
angel did?
Yeah, she officiated because she was not allowed to officiate our wedding.
Hello?
Yeah.
I said no because you like to run off and run on. And I don't have time for this.
Angel.
She
And
will. She
I
will.
was like, this is a white
Like
church.
Asian-
They have a limited amount of time that we can
that's
have
right.
this sanctuary.
we was up there. We was
White
up there.
church will shut down the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
Don't sit down, Jamal.
Right.
Better
No,
catch
we
that in
was
the parking
up
lot.
there, and the rule that they had is like they told Angel's mama like you cannot act the fool. And it was so at one point during they were doing the things for us, and Angel's mama like said something like, "Hey man," my Angel cut her eye over her mama like,
I'll be
"Don't you
pull it
start
in.
like
Start it.
that."
What feet? Pull it in.
But yeah, that was the only time I broke down when my parents was up there getting their news.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But
They was
You
up
was
there.
crying?
Everybody,
Oh,
my groomsmen, everybody was
So
crying.
wait, they got married before y'all?
No, after
No, we did our vows and everything, and then
before they pronounced us and all that.
Then I stepped back, and they were like, "Well, we're here."
Oh!
Did your mom and your mom didn't know the whole
She
time?
didn't
No,
know. My
she
dad
was like,
stood up.
What?
Look, my dad
She
stood
didn't
up
have
and like took her hand, and my
She
mom
was
was.
on the dress.
Yeah, my mom was looking at my dad like, "What are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
getting married." He's like, "Come on."
I had her. She wasn't in a wedding dress. She was in a very pretty.
Got it.
Like
Got it.
I forgot what the color was, but it went with the
chiffon?
colors. Was it chiffon? No,
That's material.
Oh.
but it was a pretty dress. So I made sure she
Don't
looked.
be shading my mama without your fancy.
Art is expensive.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You know it wasn't no goddamn chiffon.
I thought it was a color.
Here's the kicker: we had 3 officiants for our wedding, not including my mother.
We gonna get there.
No, we're there.
So, all right, look,
How y'all did
look,
this?
look. We up there, and we did not realize how extremely long our wedding was until we went back and watched the tape.
I was like, God,
It was like we made people sit through all of this crap. Oh
But-
my
what did
god! The wedding.
What did they do though?
She said, you know, she loved that fact.
See,
What did y'all have on the program that made it so long?
It was long-winded ministers.
dark skinned
Let's-
people. This is why
I
they.
know.
This is why they done been through everything.
Gosh, okay, so this is what happened. So the reason why we were able to get married, it was a Methodist church. I'm getting real close to the name of this church. The reason why we were able to get married at this church is because Marcus is Methodist. And so they were like, if you don't use one of our officiants, you have to have a Methodist preacher.
Oh, really?
Yes, we need somebody that knows
Or y'all
the
can't do
rules.
it in here?
Right, or we can't. And I was like, perfect. That's what he is. So Marcus had
Now this thing is stupid.
Marcus.
Churches be real.
All denominations, none of it makes sense. It's not in the Bible.
Who did we have at first that couldn't do it? Was it
Was it
Pastor
Reverend-
Freddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pastor Freddie couldn't do it because I think he was
Pastor
Patterson. Yes, his first name is Freddie. Pastor Patterson, he was sick, so he couldn't do it. So we asked the pastor that was
Pastor.
at his church before him, Pastor Morton,
Yeah.
who we both know his son. We both grew up with his son. If he could do it, and
Shout out
so
to
it was-
Alonzo.
So it was going to be him
Okay.
plus my female pastor, the woman I grew up under. We just were going to have her do a prayer over us.
Okay.
So it was just supposed to be them two.
Okay.
Well, then Pastor Patterson's feeling better.
I knew it.
He's like, I really would love to be able to say you. And I was like, so we were like,
And with the
oh.
relationship I have with Pastor Patterson, I'm like, I'm not about to say no to him.
Right.
So,
Like, cause
He wasn't only in because he was sick.
yeah, so
Right.
we were like, oh, okay. All
So what y'all
right.
make up for Pastor Patterson?
So Pastor Patterson officiated. We had him officiate.
We had a starting lineup.
It was crazy.
And at prayer, we have Angel Skin on Pastor she came up under. And at opening ceremonies, we got the Methodist preacher they said we had to have.
Oh.
And returning for game 6 of the wedding, feeling better. The actual
better.
He was out all last season. He's back and strong now.
It was so much. So Pastor Patterson did the officiating. My pastor, she makes this thing for people's weddings where she talks about the meaning of your names and like your whatever. It's just like this beautiful thing that she creates and reads. So she did that over us. And then Pastor Morton, long-winded as all get out, was just supposed to be praying over us at the end and pronouncing us.
All his asses.
It was just the pronouncing. He was supposed to tell us we were about to jump the broom. They were, jumping the broom.
Of course.
Is,
You wouldn't mind turning with me to future.
let's break up down the words jumping.
Yes.
To
Yes.
jump.
A verse.
In
Starting
the-
with J.
I was like,
In the Roman times.
I was like, what is happening?
There's literally
I
no
was
such
right there
thing
sitting
as a
there.
non-long-winded preacher.
Listen, if you gonna give me some time, I'm gonna show these folks I can go.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was like, oh, you didn't have all.
In the Greek, jump is Emmaus, which means
I wanted to stay at my, because we had already renewed his parents' vows. We'd done our entire wedding. All we had to do was jump and leave. He took
Now
another
moving on.
15
Oh no!
Now moving on. The.
Right.
Starting with the letter T.
It
Ah,
was.
photo opposite our wedding.
I was like, oh.
Y'all
God.
had people singing and stuff. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I sang coming down the aisle.
you sang as you
That
walked.
was my request.
What'd you
She's
say?
got a beautiful voice.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Thank
Say,
you.
come on, little girl. Say it to the camera.
I had my friend of many years write a song for me.
Aw.
You sang an original too?
Yes, and it was so funny. Her original attempt
Original
to it.
attempt was down here.
No, her original attempt felt like a depressing
It was.
Spike Lee song.
It
I
was
said, so
gray,
we can't.
dark.
We're not gonna do that.
You felt like you did you and you lost one.
It mentioned like my ex-boyfriend in there. I said, ma'am.
What?
I said,
I didn't even
what?
hear that part.
No, you didn't, because I didn't let you hear
Oh.
the. I said, so we're editing that. And we're gonna take that out. And then I had the girl I mentored who played. This is the only African thing I had. She ran a drum corps. She played the drums to it, and we had piano too. It was really. So my girlfriend sang the beginning as I first walked down the aisle. And about halfway through, I sang the rest of the way. And then we had other things. We had somebody sing the Lord's Prayer. My aunt, another one of my aunts read scripture.
I'm sorry that y'all wedding.
It was a lot.
Did you do praise dancing?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Didn't
I
do
actually
that.
called people that I knew would be honest. I was like, I had no idea our wedding was this goddamn long. So I watched the tape. How bad was it? And he and her were both like, dude, this was the most entertaining thing. Like, I had fun.
Really? That's great.
Because it did not feel long because so many things were happening. And I was like, are you sure?
They had a whole wedding conference.
Because watching
It was.
watching it, I was like,
But you know, watching it, there's the excitement of it happening in real time is gone.
Yeah, that's true.
It
Yeah.
was the
You know
only.
what I'm saying?
The one thing I found out, and that it pissed me the hell off. Told you I didn't want no kids in my wedding.
Bonk.
They got his niece a flower girl dress. She walked down the aisle
with my mom.
with his mama, so everybody thought she was the flower girl. I said, why is she not sitting with her own mama?
This helper is in the pictures.
Like she's part of the wedding party.
Marcus called a kid a heifer.
Mom,
Everybody.
she grown now. She can kiss my half me up her my mama.
We don't have a picture with just him and his parents, us and his parents, because she was in the picture too.
She right
I
there.
always tell people to kiss his butt.
Yeah, that's his
Parents,
favorite thing.
kids,
That's
everybody.
his favorite thing.
How old is she now?
I don't know, 20 something.
No, she ain't.
18, 16.
Okay, come on, she's like 18.
I don't know if me tell her to kiss my
At the time, though, she was a little girl, and I was just like, I can't even believe you did that.
I said it to myself then.
But our reception was
No, she was just
fun.
fine.
Our reception was a lot of fun. We had a DJ. My sister made her. My sister's mother-in-law was not on my list of people, and my sister, who was helping me plan the wedding, Melissa, she was like, I don't care if I have to roll in a card table and decorate it myself. My mother-in-law has to come. She was like, I am not going to her to tell her that she is not on this list. She said, I'll pay for her food. I don't care if I have to get her food from Popeyes and put it on her own table.
Why was it so important? She's your sister's mother-in-law, so
Yes.
your brother-in-law's mother.
Yes.
That's a distance.
That's not in their minds. Not in anybody's minds. Like any of my sister's people, Angel's ours too.
Actually, that's okay. Our family.
And even my sister, because y'all know the whole convolutedness of my family. So my sister Melissa, she has a different father. Her uncles, they've always seen me as their niece, but we're not like close like that. They didn't come to her wedding.
Oh,
They came to mine.
Hello?
Is that the niggas that approached me?
Yes, he's one of them is deceased,
Oh,
so
sorry.
let's not call him.
They tried the whole intimidation factor with me.
And it was like, it's too late. He my husband.
They was like, now look, let me tell you like this. I said, hey, this is my first time meeting y'all. This is long past due.
We're not gonna be doing this today.
I was like, I'm in good with the mama, the
Once you get
sisters.
with the father, you home free.
You see how male heavy I am on my end? We ain't gonna do this. Like,
I love Marcus just see like,
you know,
ah.
dating, I get it. I've been in your shoes. It's not working.
It was, the thing was, I was already on TV. That's also what made my wedding a hot commodity. Of people were like, I want
He was on the
to.
yard.
Luckily,
Yeah,
Macau
I was
Piper didn't show up.
I didn't invite nobody from the show. But yeah, so there was a lot of people who just want to be like, we want to see how much money Angel can spend.
right.
I was like, we having a pasta bar. That's how much money I'm going to spend. It's like $5 a plate. Pasta bar. Y'all
We
come
had a
through.
sweet tea fountain. I had no idea.
I was like, I want a fountain, but of sweet tea.
I found out like the next week. I'm like, I could have been drinking sweet tea.
That's
So yeah, our wedding was definitely, it was the only thing, because we'll probably renew at 20. We did it at 10 in our backyard with Little Caesar's Pizza. That's
No,
fantastic.
you didn't.
That's
It was lit.
Hot ready?
Hot and ready.
Them people, it was so many people packed in their yard.
It was my birthday party. It was a surprise wedding. Nobody knew that their wedding was getting ready to happen.
And we had a red theme. We told everybody to wear red.
So everybody was dressed in red, and then
We snuck away and changed to white.
and so my mother
y'all look like
officiated
Revolves.
that.
And all
Yeah, we look like Revolves.
All
They
Angel's
came.
friends was over there crying and stuff.
Yeah, they were weeping their little faces out. The boys came out first in their all white, and they stood up there with my mom. Little Marcus, did he read a scripture?
Yeah.
Little Marcus read a scripture.
How were the twins?
They were okay. How we've been?
Bonk.
They were 3.
Oh wow.
They were 3. So, what do you want your wedding to look like this next time, Boo?
I want a outside wedding. I've determined.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be cabana style.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be later in the evening because you guys know I love fancy events because I want the dinner to be long tables. I want it to be the thing. I want the pretty beach in the background with the sunset.
Mhm.
I'm probably looking more like toward the reception is what I have all the vision for.
Uh-huh.
Just a really nice, beautiful spread. The wedding could be short, quick, and in a hurry. A couple folks in the wedding party, but I want the reception to like look pretty. I want it to look picturesque.
So-
That's what I don't have.
What about your dress? Are you doing super sexy, super?
I keep going back and forth about that. In some regards, I think I want like give me Cinderella, and then I'm also like also just give me silk. And that's more than
Yeah, you
enough.
don't need to do all that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I would when I don't know. That's actually something that I don't know yet. But when I went shopping, I would be willing to try on everything. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
until it like came to me. I don't want to say that I would be anti the big foo because I didn't really have that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would do either or. I would do either or.
Do you like the big, massive, fluffy wedding dresses?
Mm-hmm.
You do? I despise them.
I don't know, whatever she likes.
I was about to say, Kev Jill tell you
Whatever she
My
likes.
dress
I like
was
chiffon.
painted on. You in this chiffon. My dress was so painted onto my body. I don't think it could have gotten any
I'm trying
tighter.
to see that.
Bonk.
This year, she had 2 dresses.
I had.
Oh, you did one of those switch to the reception dress?
Mm-hmm. My reception dress I found at Macy's, a perfect dress. Found at Macy's for like $40. I said, "Look at the Lord, look at the ain't it good? Ain't it good?" It was a pretty dress, but I can't wait to see this wedding that we better get invitation to.
Spare no expense.
I doubt it.
Is it
It's-
destination wedding or is it in LA?
No, I'm not gonna do a destination right.
Oh, I just assumed it was.
No, I
Well,
don't
then
think
I
so.
get to do the whole honeymoon. You plan the whole wedding, I get to do the whole honeymoon.
That's fine. No, I don't think it'll be destination.
Destination
The only
honeymoon.
reason why is though because I really want family to be there. Actually, maybe I will.
Destination reception.
Go
Maybe
sit
I will.
down.
Maybe I will.
Listen, the people you really want to come,
They'll make it
destination.
happen.
Destination wedding is an easy way to get people who you don't want
Right,
to be there.
that's what I'm
be
saying.
there. Ah, it's in Bora
The only
Bora.
thing is I want to make sure I don't want sometimes that planning from afar is difficult.
That's true.
Yeah, and
That is very true.
I want it to be.
You probably got to work with the venues people.
Or listen, you go in a couple of however months before, so you can get to these people's faces and tell them. And you know you can make a couple of trips, girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
gonna
got
do.
it. You can make a couple of
'Cause
trips.
you
yeah.
got
it, girl.
We used to do it with the wedding planner this time,
Oh yes.
and we was gonna make all the situations happen. I tell you what, when you was talking about Angel's uncles, my uncles actually loved Kevin on the wedding day,
Mm-hmm.
but then after he became Kevin on stage,
Oh my
He-
God!
first
You
of
talking
all-
about them not liking the jokes?
my
Oh no.
Oh.
my mama's people are they just think rules sometimes are optional,
Mhm.
and so
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to be nice. So I don't know if you
I
guys
like
this.
That's
I like
an
the way you
interesting
put
way
it.
to put that.
I like the way you put it.
And
Rules
so-
are optional.
Yeah, and so I love my family. Don't get me wrong, because listen, they be willing to fight for me, okay? But he had posted, he was just being funny, and Kev said something along the lines of my baby mama talking about me.
Oh.
When I tell you, my uncle called my mama and was like, "That talk about my niece like that's his wife.
Oh.
He need to put some respect." I was like,
Oh. How old is your uncle?
he is older than my mama. So today, my mama's 55. He's probably pushing 60.
Man.
He did not give this
Big
joke.
man.
He,
Oh, he
I
was-
used to come and listen to my baby mom all the time. And
Yeah.
the point was, we've been married so long. That was how I was like, my baby mom.
Right.
They didn't like that.
He was,
They did not
That
think
is
that
your
joke was funny.
queen.
yeah, he was out here
They
not
thought I was
happy.
like not like
Because the thing about
Right,
it is
right,
none of
right.
them are married.
Uh-huh.
And so for them, it low key is like, you know, they could be using it more in a disrespectful type of way. And so for you to have been married, it was like,
They
nah,
didn't see it
tell
that way.
him that ain't funny. That's
They
disrespectful.
didn't see it that way.
I don't know a couple that don't be in front of each other like that.
Yeah, I know, maybe more of them.
Yeah, but at the time it wasn't, this was when Isaiah was like 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, it wasn't as like cute as it is today.
It was cute to me.
He was like, I liked it.
It
They
was
didn't.
tough. It was a tough crowd
Yeah,
though.
you started that. Huh?
What?
Call your wife the baby mom.
Mm-hmm. I was
He's
the
the
first.
original. He's the original.
People, they notate me on the internet.
We got married at Centenary
Boom.
United Methodist Church.
Sitting there?
It was sitting there.
Centenary.
Now,
Big old
hearing the
white
name,
church.
I would have never remembered that.
I couldn't get there to save my life, but sitting there, I had to look it up. I said, big white Methodist church in Lexington.
It's massive. It's like a shopping mall.
It's huge. It's a huge, pretty church. And they changed out the decorations for us. It was great.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like how big that church is on the inside, and then you don't realize how many people. I didn't realize how many people was there until everybody went outside. We're in the parking lot, and I'm like, this parking lot is shoulder to shoulder full of people, and they were all in that church.
That's crazy.
Oh, one of my favorite parts of the wedding is we got chauffeured to the reception.
Yeah.
In a '62
Oh, nice.
Bentley.
Wow.
It was nice. It
White.
was nice.
Car was white.
That was your
interior
thing?
was white.
No, I found it.
Only thing that wasn't white was the driver and us.
Yeah.
Everything else was white. It was dope.
It was a nice.
We
I
had
wanted to
limo,
pull
didn't we?
into the reception in the car, but
We
they
had
couldn't
limo.
get the door
Yeah.
open.
I thought you were gonna say your favorite part was your parents doing we did our dances. Like I did a dance with my mom. I did a dance with my stepdad. We did a dance together, but we had his parents do a dance together, and they danced to Meet Me in the Club.
Going
50 Cent?
No,
That's in the club.
Young Jock.
okay.
Young
Meet
Jock.
Me in the club. It's
Going down. Meet me in
Did
the
they
club.
really?
It's going.
That's
That was
that's
their.
song.
This?
That's their song.
His
My
mama.
mama got tipsy one day.
Who
She
is it?
got down. Do you hear
Who
me?
is it?
Yeah, my mama got tipsy one day, and she just kept singing that song. Meet me in the mall. It get irritated my daddy so much.
That
Of
song
course,
called
she's
Going
tipsy.
Down. That's why I didn't get it.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
going
called
down.
Meet Me in the Club.
well, I said Meet Me in the Club. Sorry.
Should have been there.
Black folks love to say the part they remember as the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, she was just singing that song. It was like years and years prior, so that just turned into their song. So at the reception, everybody thought, oh, they're gonna do a dance, and that first verse came in, and then the hook came in. That's when they.
Marcus's father was so low to the ground doing like
Always
in his suit, in his
Tails.
tuxedo.
Yeah, tails.
That's
You just
hysterical.
remind me of that's what people do, black folks do to Genuine. We call that song "My Whole Life Has Changed,"
That's because he named it wrong.
and the song is called "Differences." We're
Oh,
well,
that's
shut up.
stupid.
My whole life has changed. That's
That
the
is
name.
the name of the song.
That is the name of the song. We do that with I
What
Have
is
a Dream.
Differences?
I Have a Dream is not I Have
It's
a Dream.
a March on Washington.
It's called A March on Washington.
Can
That
you
is the
spell
name
that
of the
out?
speech.
Look at his face.
Y'all lying.
No, I'm
It's
dead
called the March
serious.
on Washington. Is the name of the speech.
There's no way.
Yes.
I have a dream. All the way from the hills of Tennessee.
I can tell by his face. I said,
I didn't know that.
He didn't say I have a march on Washington.
It's called A March on
This
Washington.
title of the March on Washington. Or
I
the
don't
March on
believe
Washington.
it.
I took African American studies.
It's called a I have a dream speech.
It's
I'm 37, but the evidence said I have a march on Washington.
Because black people have refused.
It's black people.
We were like, it's I Have a Dream because he say it so many times, so why would it be
That's
anything else?
exactly my
It's named
reasoning.
wrong.
It's
Is that what it
named
It was
wrong.
at the March on Washington. It wasn't at the I have a dream.
That is what it was titled, The March on Washington.
That's fine.
All right.
That's how I do actors and actresses, whatever movie it's in.
Oh yeah.
Underworld.
What's that white
No,
girl's name?
Girl Underworld.
What's that white girl's name?
I said exactly.
That's
That's
it.
Jessica Biel.
No, not
No.
Jessica Biel.
I just said her name.
What's her name?
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
I said it, and y'all said Jessica Biel, and that's my homegirl. So
This is a
Jessica Biel.
He loves Jessica Biel.
Fly
I
white
think she's
girl right there.
beautiful.
Jessica Biel.
Wait, is that the one married to Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
he
you know
married
what? That's
wrong
not what I'm
too.
thinking about.
He married wrong too.
Trying to tell you.
Who was that white girl that face looked like an apple?
Oh, you talking about?
The girl from
Jennifer Garner.
Oh,
Oh,
I was thinking her.
Just ears.
She's unattractive.
Oh, this took a turn for the
No,
worse.
I ain't
Oh,
saying
I'm
no
thinking.
I did already said it.
Yeah,
Let's
don't
end it.
say it.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in to another mukbang.
You all can watch both of our weddings on this YouTube channel. Subscribe. Check out Married at First Sight reviews on Mrs. Kevin on Stage. Subscribe. We should be at the end of first quarter. I don't understand why we both won't be at 100K. I feel like we should both be at 100K by the end of the first
If
quarter.
you watching this and ain't subscribed,
You don't need. There are people who put out one video a month. I mean, a week, and be at 300, 600,000. What? What'd you say?
What a month?
Oh, but I meant to say one a week.
Oh, I mean, that's still.
She be doing 2-3 videos a week.
She be doing things.
Should we do all the things?
I be doing 3.
all right, family. Thank y'all for tuning
be
in.
up in
Make
here
sure
for a
y'all check
long
out our
time.
channel.
Talk to you
Y'all
later.
can go, fam.
Bye.
Bye.
It's gonna be a 3-hour day if we come in and do 2. That's just what it is.
Yes.
We'd be
That's
sad.
exactly what I told
Yeah,
Mel.
we just be sat in here
It's-
talking.
We'd be sad.
Cutting. Cut. That's.
That chick angel. That chick angel. That chick angel. A boss, a wife, a boy, mommy. Yo, she's comedy. Come get your life.